really want to go there. What's really going to change it, what's really going to change it is for all of our expectations to change around what conversion percentages should we be expecting, what income, revenue each month should we be expecting. All these things, you can't change how we do things without changing the outcome of it. So I have a theory that our internalized goals of what success looks like are really whack. And
Right, because we've heard all these rags to riches stories of people going, I left my job and within 6 months I was making $200,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's certainly possible, but it's not common. And it's not, those people were probably already starting at a very high level of income and had a very large network, and they had some money to fall back on, or they were married to somebody with a stable income, and they don't share the privileges that go along with the claims, because that makes it less sexy. That makes it less desirable. It makes their success seem less important or valuable or achievable by somebody who doesn't have those privileges and those experiences and those connections that person has, and the money to spend on the Facebook ads for them to interrupt your scroll anyway and tell you about those rags to riches stories. They don't have that platform or that budget line item, so you can't replicate their success, but they're positioning it as if it is normal, as opposed to positioning themselves as an outlier of the situation, which is dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. And I also would say that the biggest argument against changing your marketing methods to a more ethical framework, more feminist framework, is that they won't work as well. They won't convert as well. And sometimes I think in my head, yeah, probably not. Maybe they won't. But then I also think my email open rates are way above quote unquote industry average. And I have a really tiny little list, but I don't plan on my open rates really going down significantly as I grow my email list, because I have actual human beings on my mailing list who actually join because they want my emails. And so is it going to take longer for me to get 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers? Yeah, I don't even know how much longer. However, if I'm basing it on the current, sort of average expectations where people say oh, well, you can expect a 20% open rate and then a 1% conversion rate from that. And so that means that you need X amount of people on your email list in order to make your financial goals based on those percentages. I kind of think when you are marketing in an honest and transparent way, yes, the total quantity of people you're engaging with might not be as high, but I gotta say, but the engagement would go up. So maybe the 1% conversion rate is too low. If maybe that's based on the fact that you're marketing to a shit ton of people who don't actually want to be marketed to. So that's why only 1% of them are converting. But maybe if they had already been informed of what they were agreeing to and signing up for from the get, they might be more open to your offers. They might already know that you have offers. It's a whole cycle. Everything, it's a ripple effect. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I think when you can't fix one point and be these are the numbers that we need. Therefore, if you want to change how we market, then we still have to hit these numbers. And that means that your way doesn't work. To me, I'm no, the whole thing, we need to throw out the whole thing.
Right. And I think you're so right. It's what I think Seth Godin calls it, the minimum viable audience, which is you don't need to have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people on your email list to make one sale. You need a minimum number of people that some of them will buy from you, and some of them will talk about you to others and share the information. And I think you're also totally on point that the 20% industry open rate is going to be that low because people are getting bombarded with too many emails that don't have any value to them. I have specific people flagged in my inbox that I know their emails are awesome, and I either know that I'm going to open them, or I have a filter set up to a specific place that I go through those emails at, when I have time to actually sit down and read them. They're not interrupting me. They are value to me that I will go out of my way to find and read. But if people are sending me 3 emails a day that just say cart's closing now, you got to join now or you're going to miss out. That is not value. That is scarcity. That is pressure. And I'm not going to open 20 20 emails a week from that person. I'm going to open one email from someone that I trust who has shown me that I'm going to get something out of it. So you're going to have
Mhm.
a higher open rate from those people, even if you have a smaller audience here. And potentially, depending on how all the numbers play out, you could be making the same amount of money from, a 500 person list as somebody from a 50,000 person list, because you have higher open rates, higher click-through rates, higher
Yeah.
conversion rates. It's not always
100%.
more is better.